Hello, everybody. This has been an interesting end of year for Innovation Academy at South Campus. Sadly, we're not able to hold this at the school like we normally do due to obvious circumstances, but I would like to introduce you to the Einstein Flex group of students who have shown up here today to talk about what their biggest academic growth is. To start us off, we have Allison.
Hi, my name is Allison, and my biggest academical growth is in science.
What specifically in science, Allison? What are you proud of?
I'm proud of how far I went.
Very nice. Good job. Okay, next up, we have Camilla.
Hi, my name is Camilla, and my biggest academic growth is taking care of my responsibilities.
Okay, thank you, Camilla. Next up is Campbell.
My name is Campbell, and my biggest academic achievement is finding out who I am while asking questions when needed.
That is excellent, Campbell, and I love that lighting on the ceiling. Beautiful. Next up is Ella.
Hi, my name is Ella, and my biggest academic growth is testing into the AIG program.
Good for you, Ella. Next up, Elliot.
Hi, my name is Elliot, and my biggest academic growth is when I was behind in every standard, and in just 2 or 3 weeks, I pushed and got caught up in everything.
Next up is Erica. Okay. What about Christopher? You're back. Go ahead, Christopher. Go ahead and turn on your video for us.
My biggest academic growth is science and how far I got in it.
Good job, Christopher. Isabella.
Hi, my name is Isabella Strickland, and my biggest academic growth is becoming more independent and becoming more confident in myself during these times of schooling from home.
Good job, girl. What about Erica? Go ahead. I can see you're back now. Okay. Go ahead, Job.
Hi, my name is Job, and one of my academic achievements was staying caught up in science when I needed to.
Good. What about you, Jordan?
My biggest academic growth is being accepted into AIG for reading.
Excellent. What about you, Marisol? Where are you at? There you are.
My biggest I say my name first, right?
There you go, girl.
Okay. Hi, my name is Marisol, and my biggest academic growth is in science, going from guided learning to doing the work by myself.
Good. Maddox.
Hi, my name is Maddox, and my biggest academic growth in 6th grade is achieving better average test scores and being more focused in class.
Good job, Maddox. And Yazan.
My name is Yazan Isa, and my biggest academic growth is in science. When I was behind, and in like a week, I'm ahead.
Good job. Okay. And I think Ellie is trying to join us. Yep, there's Ellie. Ellie, currently we're being recorded. I know you're joining a little bit late. If you want to go ahead and turn on your video and tell us your name and what your biggest academic growth is.
Sorry, my phone started dinging, so I'm putting that to the side so it doesn't distract me. Okay. So my name is Ellie, and my biggest academic achievement is probably how in every standard, how in science that I've been keeping up with the teachers and what the teachers have assigned and self-learning.
Good. Excellent. Okay, so
When I was in 5th grade, I didn't understand geometry at all. I didn't know how to find I kind of knew how to find the area of things, but not really. But now, because of Mr. Aycock, I know how to, I knew how to do the basics of it, like base times height, but I didn't divide it, so I never got the right answer. So now I know base times height divided by 2.
Nice. Chloe, you're next.
My name is Chloe, and my biggest academic growth is in math. I have learned about fractions, and I have gotten way better at decimals, so really happy about that. And I love math now, so that's great.
Awesome. All right, Christian, you're up.
My greatest academic achievement this year is expanding my knowledge in different subjects, and one of those subjects is social studies, because before I came here, I didn't really know a lot about it, and it wasn't for me, but I'm starting to like it better as I come through.
Nice. All right, Chris.
My biggest academic growth was math this year, because all the stuff we learned at the end of the year, I didn't know how to do last year.
Nice. Let's see. Ellie, you're next. Yep, make sure you're on mute. Do you want to be skipped for a minute? Are you good? Okay. Can you unmute? You can't? Okay, I'm going to skip you for now, and then we can come back, okay? Because we'd like to hear your voice, too. All right, let's do Eli.
My name is Eli, and I've grown academically in math and science because in 5th grade, I was like not good at that at all. And yeah, so.
All right. How about Emily? Emily Rose.
So my biggest academic growth, if I can English, is science, because I remember back in like 5th, 4th grade, I was pretty good in science. It's just I never really completely understood it. But now, from learning science and having it at your own pace and not being forced to push and be the very best star, I guess, to be up there, even though you're not really learning it, that's how I actually got to understand science.
Good. All right, Evan.
Hello, my name's Evan Gator, and my biggest academic growth is probably science, because in 5th grade I didn't really like science like that, but now I kind of like it more. And also I like doing the labs, and they're fun, so yeah.
Awesome. Evie.
Hi, I'm Amy Ruth, and my biggest academic growth for 6th grade is probably math and science, because in 5th grade I was pretty good at the science stuff, and it's in 6th grade it's been like a challenge for me, and I've not done too well in the beginning, but then I started understanding it more and getting better at it and improving my grades. And also math, I've always had like a mindset where I've not been really good at it, and I kind of gave up at it. But this year, I've kind of grown at it because I kind of understood some of the stuff. It was a lot easier, even though I didn't always get the best grades, but it was a lot better, and it seemed like it was a lot easier than all the other grades.
Awesome. That's good to hear. Fernando, you're next.
My name's Fernando, and my biggest wait, what was it again?
Your biggest academic
My
accomplishment
biggest academic
or growth.
growth is, I guess, reading, because in 5th grade I was horrible at reading, but now I like reading more than last year. And also science, because last year I was not so good at science, but I like science now because of like you can work in your own pace and you're not getting rushed.
Yeah. Cool deal. All right, Haley. Uh-oh, Haley, I don't think you're unmuted. There
Okay.
you go.
My biggest academic growth is probably in science and math, because I used to not be able to understand it at all. But now whenever you can work at your own pace, it helps me like actually learn it more, because it used to be rushed and I would not be able to actually learn anything.
Good. All right, Kayla. Kayla, are you ready? All right, how about Lola? We'll come back to you, Kayla.
Okay, so my name's Lola, and I think my greatest academic accomplishment is my work ethic and how it's kind of grown since 5th grade. I used to be really bad at keeping track of my stuff, but now I'm a lot better at it since it's been at our own pace.
Nice. And Olivia.
Hi, I'm Olive. I think my greatest academic growth would be science, because I never really completely understood it, because the teachers in 5th grade, they would just shove it in our face and tell us to read it and learn. And I feel that I also grew socially as well, because I was really introverted and I met people that I could relate with.
Good. Sebastian.
Yeah, okay. So my name is Sebastian Martinez. My greatest academic growth is actually getting to school, because I'm really, as you can tell, I'm not very my work ethic isn't the best thing in the world, but miraculously I made it through the school year, and yeah.
Okay. And Kayla, I see you joined again. Can you share yours?
Yeah, so I've grown academically because in math, I used to be like really bad at it, but like having it self-paced really helped.
Awesome. And the last one, I think, is, yep, Ellie. We'll go back up to you.
My greatest academic growth is in ELA, because before I was not really, like, I wasn't very engaged with it, so I wasn't doing my best in it. And now I understand it more, and it's easier for me to get, like, involved in stuff like that in, like, ELA, because Yeah.
I'm Ava, and some of my biggest academic growths are in researching and note taking. When researching, I learned how to identify dependable and reliable sources such as History.com and National Geographic. In note taking, I learned that you don't need to write down the entire paragraph, just the important bits and pieces, and put it together in basically your own, in your own words.
All right. So welcome to our 6th grade end of the year celebration. We're going to be sharing our growths and stuff today. And today we're going to start off with Mr. Jesse Rake. So Jesse, tell us, what are your growths from this year?
Learning mostly what I need to know in every subject and keeping up.
Very good. So, all right. All right. Next up is Madeline.
My biggest academic growth is probably like self-paced learning, because it's taught me to take responsibility into my own ownership, to take responsibility of my work and to take ownership of my own learning.
That's awesome, Madeline. That's a great growth to have. That is definitely a lesson, especially coming into middle school, for sure. All right, Donna, you up.
So my biggest growth to me is learning everything I actually need for life, since like at first and everything I didn't know much when I first came, but then like when I started learning more, I think I can use some of that to like go to the high school I want or the college I want to like get the right education I need. It actually kind of helped me be more organized and responsible, honestly.
No, I think that's awesome. And I love to hear you say that you're looking ahead to college and stuff, and that you're like, these are skills I'm going to need for a long time. I think that's a great reflection. Thank you so much, Donna.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Miss Molly, you're up.
My name is Molly Trueblood, and my biggest academic growth and innovation is organizing, because with 6 classes, you need to know how to be organized so you don't get behind in any. And it had me look ahead. Like originally, I thought I was going to count tortoise. Now I don't even know. I may be going to the early college.
Yeah, so I love, Molly, that you said like it has you looking ahead and you're like, oh, I thought this, but now maybe I'm interested in this. So I think that that's a good piece for you to be thinking about and a good reflection. Thank you for sharing. Carson just accidentally left the meeting. He'll be back in a minute. Delaney, then you are up, my dear. Can you please turn on your video and go ahead and talk to us? What's your greatest growth?
Hi, my name is Delaney Morgan, and my biggest growth is with self-paced learning, and kind of like what Madeline said, how it has taught me responsibility, and like I think it's one of my growths because I've like gotten way better like since the beginning of the year, and I've gotten more like where I can stay on pace more. And my biggest growth like of schoolwork is probably comprehension, because I've gotten a lot better at that.
Yeah. So Delaney, I like your honesty and your transparency in that answer. Like that you're like, I recognize now I struggled with this. Maybe I didn't know, but now I've gotten a lot better at it. And I think that's great. Thank you so much for sharing, Delaney. All right, Naomi, you are up next on my screen, girl.
So my biggest growth is that I learned to take responsibility for my own actions, and to remember to do things that I have to do and not put it off to the last minute.
I think that that is a great lesson for everyone, Naomi, like the sentiment of taking responsibility and not procrastinating. Like, I think that's something we all like at different times struggle with. So I love that that's your growth for this year. Thank you so much for sharing. Addison, you are up. So go ahead and put on that video for me.
Hi, I'm Addison, and one of my like academic growths is like my time management, and because at the beginning of the year I was kind of struggling with that, and now I've like gotten better at it, and like not procrastinating until the last second, because I did that, but I've gotten better at that.
That's awesome. Like, I love that you're reflecting and you're like, at the beginning of the year, I didn't realize I struggled, but I did. And now I'm better at it. And that's all we can do is we can learn and we can grow. So I appreciate you sharing that, Addison. That's awesome. All right, let's see. Miss Wilkie, you are up next on mine. So why don't you go ahead and share with us?
So I'm Wilkie. My academic growth is being able to show my weakness and be able to learn from it to grow for the future.
Wilkie, I think that is amazing. I think that's a great thing to share. You know, I know it's hard, like, to be vulnerable sometimes and to admit, like, hey, I'm struggling with this, but that vulnerability grows some strength. So I think that is great that that's your reflection for this year. Thank you so much for sharing, Wilkie. I appreciate you. All right, Miss Leslie, you're up.
So
there we go.
My biggest academic growth is my improvement in my presentation skills because I admit that I am shy and I want my voice to be heard in my career and in my college because I know that will take me to be something important in life. Also, I want to talk about my achievement in my independent learning because I've developed in my creativity and my intellectual curiosity because my independent learning is about working out the problems and answers rather than being told the answers.
Leslie, I love that. I do love that you've been reflective, and you're right. Your presentation skills have gotten so good, and I'm so proud of you because I know that, like, you were nervous about that at the beginning of the year, and I love that you're taking charge of that independent learning. That is a great reflection. Thank you for sharing, Leslie. Good job.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right, Hope, you're up, girl.
I'm Hope, and I feel like my biggest academic growth of the year was that I better understood everything and took it step by step instead of rushing it.
Yeah, that's amazing, Hope. And that is a great thing to reflect on because I think sometimes we get so preoccupied with just getting done that sometimes it's easy to skip over the learning. And I love that your reflection is you've learned to slow down, take that step by step, and that you're growing that way. That's a great reflection. Thank you for sharing, Hope. Jaden, you are up.
All right, my name is Jaden, and my biggest academic growth is my work ethic. Because in the beginning of the year, I just did work, like in the very beginning, before it was due, or like when it was close to being due. But now, I got better at managing it and getting it done, not too close to when it was due or very early.
Yeah. So Jaden, I love that you're learning to, like, think ahead and that you're like, I'm not going to procrastinate as much, and that you're using that to improve. And that's the best part of reflection is it helps us to keep improving. So I appreciate you sharing that, Jaden. That was awesome. All right, Isaiah, you are up next.
I think my biggest academic growth is like in the math region of like understanding division more, because at first I was like, division was my weakest point.
Yeah. So that's important. So I like that that you pinpointed something that you were like, this was really difficult for me. And you know what, Isaiah, division and stuff in math is difficult for a lot of people. So I appreciate you being so open and honest about that. And I think that's great that you've been able to overcome that and grow from that and been able to learn that. That's amazing, buddy. Thank you so much for sharing that. All right, Carson, you are up next.
It wouldn't unmute. Hi, my name is Carson Bird, and I am proud of adjusting to the pace Innovation Academy gives us. I think once I got used to innovation, I have stayed on track and where I needed to be.
Yeah. So that is, yeah, I love that you brought that up, Carson, because especially in that transition to middle school where we're picking up the pace and things are a lot different, you know, that can be difficult at the beginning. So I'm really glad that you feel like, you know, we've grown that way and that you're doing better with that. That's a great reflection. Thank you so much for that. And last but certainly not least, Gideon, you could turn on that video so we can see you.
A little internet issue. I bet a lot of us have been experiencing something like that in recent weeks. It's really great to see all of your faces. Josh, I absolutely love your dress. You've got it going on with the tie and the shirt and the hat. It's spot on. Way to go, buddy. Proud of you. But I just wanted to say to all of you that I'm really proud of the way that you have conducted yourselves and really committed to the work that we do at Innovation Academy this whole year, and no time more than these last few weeks. I know it's been very challenging being apart, and we have not enjoyed it, I'm sure, any more than you. And so I just want to tell you, though, that it speaks a lot about you as individuals and about you as a collective group of pioneers, that you just kind of hunkered down and figured out how to get it done. And we appreciate that about you, and just really proud of you. And I cannot wait to hear from your voices what you feel that you accomplished this year, and kind of just reflecting on our time together in your first year as pioneers.
Thank you, Ms. Johnson. Yes, I am very proud of you guys too. A lot of new stuff happened. New stuff for you guys, even for the last quarter. Obviously for all of us, but you guys did handle yourself very well. So I'm going to turn it over to you guys and let you guys share. So we will start with Krista.
So, can I be heard? Hold up. Okay, so my name is Brissa Harley, and academic growth I think that I've gotten is in science about learning in space, mainly.
Okay. Hey, Caden.
I'm Caden Bailey, as you know, and I think one of my academic growth this year has definitely been ELA. I did way better than I thought I would.
Clayton.
Clayton Johnson, and I think my biggest academic growth has been trying my best to keep on track with science.
Dulce.
Hi, my name is Dulce, and I feel I've been more productive and learned more about math and like exponents.
Lupe.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. My name is Lupe Mendoza, and I have grown academically at Innovation Academy by learning how to overcome my failures. When I fail at something, I fail, but I don't give up. Just keep on trying until I get it right, or at least try to.
Okay. Josh. You're muted,
I am Joshua Crenshaw. My biggest academic goal is in science and social studies. My biggest academic goal is learning in space, and in social studies was the ancient Egypt and ancient Mesopotamia notes and games.
Justin.
My biggest academic growth is in science, life science. My name is Justin Nixon.
Maddie.
My biggest academic growth was I wasn't so shy and I came out of my shell more, because normally I don't talk to very many people and I'm more of a close person, but I kind of grew out of that this year.
Perfect. Eva.
Mine is done, and two things I have learned this year is one, keeping track on science, and two, on math. I've gotten to learn more about exponents and stuff like that.
Perfect. Natalie E.
My name is Natalie Espinoza, and I think I've grown in everything at IA, but I think the two biggest things would probably be math and science. I did a lot better in those this year than I thought I would.
Natalie R. we will swing back around for Natalie, are Samer.
My name is Samarisa, and my biggest academic accomplishment is that I finished my math testing on time and passed it.
And Taiwan.
My name is Tyler Moore, and my biggest academic goal at Innovation Academy was math and doing in fractions.
And Natalie, if your mic isn't working and you want to type it in the chat, I'll read it out loud for you. I know that was a problem before.
And before we end this, Gideon was having some technical difficulties. He didn't get to share his, so he put it in the chat and I'll share it with you. He said his greatest growth has been in math. And I think that is a great reflection that he was like, maybe I started out struggling a little bit, but he's worked hard to do that. So I just wanted to recognize that. I see that Donna just put in the chat that she feels like crying. I think we all feel that right now. I think both Miss Johnsons who are on here with us and Miss Dauphiné can attest that the teachers feel the same way. We very much are like, man, we miss seeing our children every day, because that's what you are. You're our children. So, it's sad for all of us, but next year I'm going to hug y'all real big in the hallway and we'll be excited then.
So I'm going to go ahead and close us out. Thank you so much for watching. These kids should be very proud of themselves in their growth, both academically and socially, emotionally throughout this year. We are looking forward to having them as second-year pioneers coming this fall. Thank you, everybody.
Gideon, I'm going to say this to you guys. In the spirit of us sharing like our greatest growth, I just want you to know that teaching you guys and learning from you guys has been a privilege for me. And it's helped me to grow as a teacher, to learn like how to help people with different learning styles, how to be able to pace better, how to meet you guys where you're at. And so, you guys teach us as much as we teach you. And I just want you to know that I genuinely love and appreciate all of you. And I'm so glad I've gotten to know you better this year. And I look forward to being able to see you next year face to face, hug you, and be able to keep building those relationships with you guys. So just know that I appreciate you.
Miss Bradshaw, could I step in for just a second? This is Miss Johnson.
Of course you can. Go ahead, Miss Johnson.
All right. Hey, guys. It's really great to see all of your faces on the screen as best we can right now. I know I've seen you at various times in various classes and office hours and things like that, but to see you all together here is good for my soul. And I just want to echo what Miss Bradshaw said. We do believe very much in the power of your voices and your perspectives to help us do what it is that you need us to do to help you continue to progress and grow. And so I want all of you to hear that, continuing forward, that's going to be even more important and expected of you as you move through to your second year as a pioneer, that we will expect even more of that from you now that you kind of have the flow and the way that we do things. And then before you know it, we'll blink and you'll be starting your third year and you'll be the leaders of the school, working to leave your legacy as our current third year pioneers, the original ones, are doing right now. So just, when you're working and when you're thinking and when you're planning, yes, the short term is very important, checking off your list of things that you need to do at that time. But it's also important to be thinking about things a little more long term. Where in 2 years would you like to say, this is where I'm going to high school? Where is that place that's ideal for you? And what steps can you take between now and then to put yourself in a position to get there. I think, again, you know, our current third year pioneers could probably leave you a lot of ideas. You know, a lot of them got into various innovative high school offerings, or if they didn't want to go to one of those, they're going where they want to. But you know, to put yourself in a position through the decisions that you make to have every option that you could ever want available to you is going to very much be based on the steps that you take, both short term and long term. And so I just want to leave that challenge with you. You know, make sure that you are thinking about, yes, short term, but most importantly, you know, your long term goals. Where do you want to be? Not only for high school, but then beyond that, you know, like what is it that you want your life to look like? And then continue to use your voice to help us help you to get there. I'm just extremely proud of each and every one of you. And I, like Miss Bradshaw, cannot wait to be face to face with you, whatever that looks like, you know, here in the next couple of months.
Yeah. And
all of those I do see as academic growth for you guys as a advisory and flex room for your first year at Innovation Academy. But a few things that I have noticed from my ends and my perspectives that I've seen tremendous growth from you guys is taking ownership over your own learning. I think that is the biggest obstacle to take on. It's really hard for high school students, college students, let alone your sixth grade year. So that I would say is, as a whole, your guys' like greatest academic growth this year. All right, let's say bye all together so we can all unmute, and then I'll start recording. So everybody unmute. Thanks. Bye, guys.
Bye.
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 I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna miss you guys.
You're gonna see us next year.